Hello viewers, how are you? Seems you're fine. This is Joel Chakma welcoming to you today's session. Most of you know that in general, I discuss and clarify about the international standard of textile testing. Today's process is tensile properties of fabric, which international standard is ISO 1394 part 2 or BSE and ISO 1394 part 2. So what is tensile properties of fabric? The tensile properties of fabric is known as tensile strength. So what is tensile strength? Tensile strength, the breaking force, maximum breaking force which is required to break down a material. In other way, we can say that if we grip a material, then apply a force, then what will be the condition of the material? Will extend gradually. Once it will break down, the required force of breakdown is the tensile strength. There are many type of international standard for conducting this test. We see that such as BSE and ISO 1394 part 1, BSE and ISO 1394 part 2, STMD 5034, STMD 5035. So there are many methods, but basically there are two types of method for conducting this test. One is graph method and another one is strip method. So what is graph method? Graph method is when we grip the material at the middle of the specimen, then we apply a force to define the breaking force. This method is called graph method. And what is stripe method? Stripe method, when we grip the material whole of the specimen and we apply force or apply tension for finding out the breaking force of that material, that is called stripe method, strip method. So today we are discussing about the graph method, which method is international method is BSE and ISO 1394 part 2. So let's move second slide. This is what will be the agenda of this session. Scope and principle first, and what type of machineries is required to conduct this test, then specimen preparation, how to prepare the specimen for conducting this test, and testing procedure, and assessment and calculation process, how to calculate and how to precise the result. Finally, reporting, what content will be report, that we will discuss to this session also. So this method is applicable for textile related product, any kind of textile product. And you know that this scope is to find out the breaking force, maximum breaking force of a material. So what is the principle is here? Principle is where here when we receive a sample, then we will condition it. After conditioning, we'll prepare the specimen, and after preparing the specimen, we'll go to the machine for conducting this test with some specific parameter. Then we will calculate, will precise result, and will report. This is the total principle of this test. Now, what type of machineries is required for conducting this test. First, tensile testing machine. This is one type of machine, universal testing machine. There are three types of testing machine: CRE, CRL, and CRT. CRE means constant rate of extension. CRL means constant rate of load, and CRT means constant rate of traverse. In general, we use the CRE machine for conducting this test. Next point is clamp and jaw. You know that this is a tangential test, so we have to apply force. So we need to grip the specimen, that is called jaw or clamp. And another one is cutting device. This we will prepare specimen from a sample, so need to cut for appropriate size. Then conditioning rack, conditioning facilities. Conditioning rack is a special type of rack which is perforated self, that so that air can circulate thoroughly. And then calibrated ruler. Calibrated ruler, that is the graduated in millimeter. So we see now the process. What is the main process of this test? First, when we receive the sample, then we'll condition it, then we'll prepare the specimen and we'll test the specimen, then and the calculation, then calculation, after calculation, then reporting. This is the total process of this test. So first process is conditioning. Conditioning is the mandatory requirement for some physical test. This test also requires the conditioning. Specimen should condition is 24 hours as per ISO 139. ISO 139 is conditioning standard. If you want to know more about the ISO, you can find a video in our channel. The atmosphere of the condition 20 degree plus minus 2 degree centigrade temperature and 65 plus minus 4% relative humidity. Finished. Now specimen preparation. Specimen, during the specimen preparation, we should avoid minimum 150 millimeter from the selvage and cutting edge. Then specimen size will be 200 millimeter and 100 millimeter, 200 millimeter length and 100 millimeter width. And specimen should take diagonally from the sample, and 5 specimen from the warp direction, 5 specimen from the width direction. After cutting the specimen as a side, then we have to draw a line along the long side of the specimen. In case of garments, we will consider the specimen from different place. Suppose you can take from the front side, back side, and sleeve. This is the specimen diagram, and this length direction, and this is weight direction. Length direction 200 millimeter and weight direction 100 millimeter. And this is the draw line, which is need to draw length of the specimen. This draw line distance from the specimen is 38 millimeter. This is specimen, and this specimen has been taken from here. And same specimen, same size of specimen, we should take another 4 specimen, make 5 total. The all specimen we take from as per this figure. This is called diagonal position, and this is weight direction. Number 1 is noted, marked, and number 2 length direction, and this is weight direction. And we should take 5 specimen warp for warp result and 5 specimen for wave result. This is for wave result. Wave result, we should take also 5. We should take that also diagonal position, from the diagonal position of the fabric. Now specimen preparation is complete. So now we have to go to the testing machine for conducting the test. So there is some parameter to maintain. The front jaw 25 millimeter by 25 millimeter, back jaw 25 by 50 millimeter, gauge length 100 plus minus 1 millimeter, test speed 50 millimeter per minute. This diagram is jaw setting diagram. This one is front jaw, that is 25 by 25, and diagonal line one is back jaw. This is 25, this is 40 millimeter. This is at least 40 millimeter, but in the market 40 millimeter is rare, so we use 50 millimeter. According to a standard, 40 millimeter is minimum, but we are using here 50 millimeter. So same set of jaw is required for bottom gripping. This is bottom gripping and this is top gripping, and the distance from the top gripping to bottom gripping is called gauge length. So this distance is 100 millimeter. So testing machine already set all parameter. Now this is the specimen which has been gripped. This is bottom jaw and this is top jaw. If we run the machine, then the top jaw will move upward. Then the specimen will extend gradually, and once it will break the specimen at the middle of the specimen, and the force required to break is the result of this test. Here we have to consider another one that is called jaw break. We should hear about the jaw break. What is jaw break? Jaw break, if the specimen break within 5 millimeter of the jaw or inside of the jaw, that is called jaw break. If we find like this jaw break, we have to note a specimen number, and after completing the test we will get the mean value of the testing result. That means 5 warp result, 5 wave result. So average of 5 warp result, we should see the result of the warp result. And if we had any specimen jaw breakers and that result is lower than average result, then it should be discarded. The specimen should discard, and another specimen should cut and test for making 5 specimen here. So test procedure also done. Now we see that expression of the result. So what there is some expression rules is here. Then we see that breaking force. If breaking force less than 100 Newton, the result is less than 100 Newton, then we should it rounded to nearest 1 Newton. If breaking force 100 Newton or more and less than 1000 Newton, so we should round it to this nearest to 10 Newton. And another rules, if the result is greater than 1000 Newton, so we should round it to nearest 100 Newton. This is the expression of the result for this test. So now what content will be the test report? First of all, reference of the standard. That means which standard have we followed? Here, standard number BSc and ISO 1394 part 2, that should be mentioned in the report. And sample identification. Sample identification, we can say that style number, color name, or lot number, whatever the sample identification. Then arithmetic mean of the maximum force in Newton. Arithmetic mean of the maximum force for each direction. That means warp pipe specimen mean average result, and pipe specimen of web average result separately should be reported the report. And if we reject any for any reason, that means if job break is here or any other reason, then it should be mentioned in the report. If we modify any clause or any instruction of this standard, so that should also be reported. So this is the total testing standard, total test procedure. If you have any question about this standard or other standard, please comment. I will try as possible. And if you still haven't subscribed our channel, please subscribe and click on bell icon so that you can get our next this type of video. Thank you.